Two of the youngest sides in the competition went head-to-head in Canberra on Saturday when Eastlake hosted Redland at Star Track Oval. The Demons were the only side in the competition without a win, but started the match full of confidence, bagging the first goal through Mitchell Frail. 2 in a row from Stephen Camp saw the home side head into quarter time 16 points clear. They could have been further in front after kicking 8 behinds in the first, but the Demons straightened up in the second when they produced 5 straight goals to lead by as much as 46 points. The challenge was ahead for the Bombers, but they came out in the third a different side, taking the game on to reverse the momentum and cut the deficit to just 7 at three-quarter time. Jordan Bain drew first blood in the last, and when James Rayner kicked his first, the Bombers had the lead for the first time. They kept Eastlake goalless in the second half, finishing the last term with 3 goals to seal an inspiring 10-point win. Defending Premier Aspley were keen to atone for a disappointing loss to NT Thunder last week when they also travelled to Canberra to take on Ainslie. The Hornets were wayward in front of goals against the Territory but had no problems finding them early against the Tricolours, kicking 5-2 in the first quarter to get off to a solid start. Aspley broke away in the second, finding another 5 majors to 1 to give themselves a commanding 43-point lead at the major break. Ainslie made slight inroads in the third, but they couldn't break the Hornets' formidable defence. Gavin Gross starred in the backline for Aspley as they managed 6 multiple goal kickers at the other end to cruise to a comfortable 56-point victory. It was building as an important clash between Sydney and Southport at Blacktown in a battle between the 4th and 5th place sides. The Swans were quick off the mark, racing to a 14-point lead midway through the first when James Rose had his side's second goal. Josh Hunt steered one through for the Sharks in the stroke of quarter time to make it a 16-point deficit. Little separated the sides in the second, with both teams creating opportunities in attack. Another former AFL star in Jared Brennan cut the margin back to within 2 goals late in the term, but goals to Toby Nankervis and Sam Naismith edged Sydney ahead by 21 at half-time. The match began to open up for the Swans in the third, with Nankervis kicking his second in the opening minutes as Sydney found 4 goals to 1 to stretch the margin to 41 by the last change. Ben Merritt gave his side a chance in the early stages of the last, but they were no match for a Swans side led by Craig Bird, who finished with 34 disposals and 13 clearances as they ran away with a 52-point victory. NT Thunder were riding high after becoming the only undefeated side left in the competition when they beat Aspley last week, but Sydney University were keen to burst their bubble when the two sides met at TIO Stadium on Saturday night. The Students' first and only trip to Darwin last year ended with a 110-point loss, but they matched it with Thunder early as both teams were locked on 19 points each at quarter time.
Gives it a good old roost, sends it to the goals, a good kick.
Leading goal kicker Darren Ewing's radar was on point early in the second, threading the needle from the pocket to extend Thunder's lead, and debutant Marcus Hamilton's first goal was full of class.
We'll pop it down to the forward line.
The Students hit back to take the lead late, but a special play from defender Mitchell Taylor handed Thunder a 6-point lead at half-time.
Kicks it goal, and Taylor kicks a magnificent goal.
The scoring dried up for the Territory as they were held goalless in the third by Sydney Uni, who found 2 goals to reclaim the lead by 5 points and set the match up for an exciting finish. Aspley was the last side to beat NT Thunder at home in round 22, 2013, and its former premiership star Austin Lucy was keen to have history repeat itself when he snapped a terrific goal to put the Students 12 points clear. Neil Vivi matched Lucy's efforts at the other end to draw scores level heading into time on. Ewing's 5th gave Thunder some breathing space, but with the game on the line, Lucy again made an impact to give his side the lead.
He kicks a big goal for them and he puts them in front by 5 points.
Best on ground, Jed Turner sealed a memorable 11-point win to break Thunder's record 14-match winning streak in the Territory. Brisbane and UWS completed round 6 action at Coorparoo on Sunday with top spot up for grabs for the Giants. Young gun Liam Dawson made his mark early for the Lions, but 2 late goals to Josh Kelly and Pat McKenna gave the Giants the ascendancy at quarter time. Brisbane kicked 2 in a row to start the second, but the Giants gained the upper hand, booting 6 straight to turn a 6-point lead into 28 by the main break. Rory Lobb's third inflicted more pain on the Lions, but Dawson continued to pose a threat at the other end, bagging another 2 goals for the quarter as UWS took a 31-point lead into the last term. Dawson had 4 early in the last, but UWS had too much firepower, with Jack Steele and Josh Kelly continuing their impressive form and Jed Lamb finishing with 5 goals, including the last of the game to hand the Giants a 38-point win. The Giants' victory puts them on top of the ladder on percentage over Aspley, followed by Sydney and NT Thunder in equal third. 5 teams are locked on 2 wins each, with Ainslie and Southport holding their spots in the top 6 on percentage only. There are plenty of important matches coming up in round 7, with Gold Coast aiming for 3 in a row when they meet the Giants at Spotless Stadium. Sydney University will look to back up its stunning win over NT when they host Eastlake at Henson Park, and Southport will battle NT Thunder at Fankhauser Reserve. Ainslie travels to Brisbane to face Redland, followed by Aspley and the Brisbane Lions at Graham Road. Keep up to date with all the latest news on NEAFL.com.au and by following us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and download our official NEAFL app to track all the live scores and champion data statistics.